attempts at update number 7. I had to go a few days ago and it didn't come out, so let's try again. Where were we? Can't remember what happened. Number 6. So about I think it was Thursday, so about 4 days ago I had a really good ride up to Norfolk with a good tailwind. Slept in the Travelodge. I only did just under 200 miles that day. You might think that, you know, a day with a good tailwind I'd do a lot more miles, but it doesn't quite work like that. The reason for that is because I'll run out of land, and the Norfolk coast is about 170, 180 miles from where I live. And I could have done more miles by riding into the wind, but there's 2 reasons I didn't. One is the wind is stronger on the day that I rode up there, and it's going to drop down overnight, and I'd have to fight the wind all the way back home the next day. But even though it's weaker, it's about 17 mile an hour wind going up there and about 12 coming back. And the other thing is, because it's a headwind all the way home the next day, it meant I could start earlier and not have to force myself to be out for too long. And I could always turn a bit with a bit of tailwind. So that's why a really good tailwind doesn't always mean very good mileage. I actually did more miles on the day of the headwind. Where was I? Just gone through a junction. I had to think a bit there. I can't do 3 things at once. The miles haven't been very good. Last week I only improved my weekly mileage by 1 mile. That's basically because of the wind direction. This week it's even worse. It looks like I'm going to should be on about, I was hoping for 1,570, and it looks like I'll do 1,520 or 30 depending on what I do today. The reason for that is, in spite of that really good day with a tailwind, the wind's just been a nuisance for the last 2 weeks. I know that I'm going all right, because I've this morning I was hoping to get going really early and sort of crawl back a lot of miles, but I don't use an alarm and I didn't wake up, so I'm not going to panic. I just sort of took my time, had a shave. This is the 3rd shave I've had this since I started, in about 3 weeks. Because of the effort involved, even growing facial hair and fingernails, it all slows down. But I just had a shave, had a good breakfast, and sort of looked at all my data on Training Peaks. I had to update it because I've been going away and that, and the phone's been sort of not talking to the GPS, so I sort of uploaded all the last week or so of rides onto Training Peaks, and it sort of showed me how bad the last 2 weeks have been. To give you an idea of what the wind's been like, compared to 3 weeks ago or whenever it was, the stress score for my second week was 2,500 or thereabouts. It's just over, and for the last 6 days, not 7, it's about the same. It's about 2,500. When I had today's ride on, that should be at least another 350, maybe even 400. But my mileage for the second week was about 1529, I think, and for the 6 days with the same stress score, my mileage this week is 1,309. So there's sort of 220 20 miles missing for the same effort. You know, I put the same, you know, put the same stress on my body, and sort of took 220 miles of missing. That's basically because of the wind conditions that I've been up against, you know, this week and last week. So at least it sort of made me realise that, you know, I'm doing all right. It's just, you know, it's just bad luck with the weather really, and you know, maybe next week will be better. And another really good thing about that is I've just felt like I've been really holding back this week. You know, like that easy ride up to Acle, where I did 198 miles, whatever it was. You know, I could have easily done more, and it's just felt like I've been keeping it back this week. But when I've looked at the, you know, when I looked at the power data this morning, the stress scores, I am actually riding harder than I was three or 4 weeks ago, and it feels like I'm holding back a bit. I mean, it's not easy all the time, you know. I do push it a bit now and then, but not like in the first 2 or 3 weeks. So, you know, I don't see the point in really forcing myself when I'm improving, and that's what my main plan is at the moment, is for me to get faster and improve, and not sort of bash myself to pieces, because, you know, I've still got over 10 months to go. So I'm sort of relaxed about the loss. You know, I'd rather gain than lose miles. You know, it's all about doing miles, but, you know, it's just bad luck. You know, maybe I'll get some good days and the miles will come back to me, but I have to be in good shape for that to happen. It's no good me getting those miles done at whatever cost, and then having some really good weather coming up and just going in bed in a heap because I just, you know, just destroyed myself to get those extra few miles in. So yeah, it's sort of good news and bad news. I've had someone ride with me a few days ago. Feels like a week ago, but it's probably a few days ago. He came out and saw me, and we did a few miles together, and his family came out and waved at me and filmed me for a little bit as I rode past. And yeah, it's been pretty good actually, you know, apart from the yak of miles, it's going well. I think that's about it for now. But I hope that sort of explains why my sort of mileage is a bit not really how I'd like it at the moment. But yeah, you know, some better weather. Another example is if you follow me on Strava, if you look at the ride called Moonchild, which is a 40-mile ride from. I was out late one night and went well past midnight. The sort of power output I was on there is about the same as what I do on the finish circuit of Mersey 24 hour. And on the finish circuit, the 24 hour, it's not a very fast course. It's sort of a bit up and down, and it's got a few lanes and rough roads on it. And I'd normally average at least 16, 17 on the finish circuit for 24 hour. But with the same power output going into the wind, it was, you know, I was doing 14 mile an hour. You know, that's just what the wind's been like. And yesterday I sort of had the wind behind me for a bit. I sort of did a triangle route, and it's sort of behind me for one of the short sides of a triangle, but crosswind for the other short side and the headwind for the long side. But when I had the wind behind me, I was going slightly uphill at about 25 mile an hour. But that was a nice open road. You know, I took the headwind on more sheltered roads, but yeah, the wind hasn't been very nice to me the last fortnight. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit better next week, but that's partly why I'm not sort of stressing out about it today. I'm just sort of, you know, take it on the chin. I know I'm getting better, and when the weather, I do feel like when some good weather comes, I might be able to sort of do a bit more riding, do a few extra hours, but you know, there's no promises about that. If I can, I probably will, because you know, even if I sort of